Order of operations. What does the order of operations tell us? Well, first we have to think about what order of operations even means. What is an operation? An operation is something like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It's things that we do when we're solving math problems. So order of operations, it gives us the directions we need to simplify expressions. It tells us which operations we do first, which operations we do next, which operations we do last. It gives us an order for how we simplify a problem. So what are the steps? The first step is grouping symbols. Those could be parentheses, those could be brackets. Any type of grouping symbol we're going to solve first, or simplify first. Second is exponents. We're going to simplify any exponent terms that are in our expressions. Next, we have multiplication and or division. When we're doing multiplication and or division, we're going to do it from left to right. Whichever comes first is going to be done first. So if division comes before multiplication in the problem, when you're looking at it from left to right, we're going to do division first. The last steps that we'll do would be addition and or subtraction. Again, it's whichever comes first from left to right. So let's look at this problem right here. We have 14 times 2 plus grouping 15 minus 4 plus 6 squared divided by 2. So our first step in order of operations tells us we need to do the grouping symbols. So the grouping symbols in this problem are around the 15 minus 4. So we're going to pull that out and we're going to solve it, and we're going to find out 15 minus 4 is 11. Now we're going to go to our expression, and where we have our grouping symbols, we're going to replace that with the 11. So now we have a new expression to simplify. Now it's 14 times 2 plus 11 plus 6 squared divided by 2. So our next step is going to be exponents. We only have one exponent term here. It's 6 squared. So we're going to take that down. We're going to look at 6 squared. We're going to know that that is 36. And now going back to our expression, we're going to replace the 6 squared with 36. So now we have a new problem. 14 times 2 plus 11 plus 36 divided by 2. Our next step tells us multiplication and or division. When we look at this problem, we have both multiplication and division here. So we have 14 times 2, and then we have 36 divided by 2. So we're going to do this from left to right. So we have 14 times 2 first on the left, like coming from left to right. We know 14 times 2 is 28. Then we're going to look at 36 divided by 2. We know 36 divided by 2 is 18. So we're going to go back to that expression, and we're going to replace 14 times 2 with 28. Then we're going to go to the 36 divided by 2. We're going to replace that with 18. So now we have another expression to finish solving. We have 28 plus 11 plus 18. So our last step is addition or subtraction. And this could be and or subtraction. So here we only have addition. So we're going to do it from left to right. We're going to do 28 plus 11, which is 39. We're going to add 18, and we're going to find our final answer. The most simplified version of this expression is 57. So we simplified this expression by doing order of operations. We did the parentheses first, we did the exponents, we did multiplication and division, and then we did all the addition, and we found out the answer is 57. Let's look at another problem. Here we have 16 divided by 2 squared plus 9 plus 3 squared minus 2. And 9 plus 3 squared minus 2 is in grouping symbols. There are parentheses around it. So our first step is to do those grouping symbols. So we're going to look at this. We have more than one operation inside those grouping symbols. So we're going to solve in between the grouping symbols by order of operations. So order of operations tells us grouping symbols, and then it tells us exponents. We have an exponent in those grouping symbols, so we're going to do the exponents first. We're going to find out that 3 squared gives us 9, and then we're going to replace that 3 squared with 9, so we have 9 plus 9 minus 2. That's what's inside the parentheses. Next, we know that we would do multiplication or division, which we do not have. So the next step is addition and or subtraction. So we're going to do the addition, and then the subtraction, we're going to find out we have 18 minus 2, and that's going to give us 16. So now we're going to replace everything in the grouping symbols with that 16. Our expression now says 16 divided by 2 squared plus 16. So our next step is to do the exponents. 2 squared is the exponent part of this expression. 2 squared is going to be 4. We're going to replace 2 squared with 4. So our new expression to simplify is 16 divided by 4 plus 16. So our next step is going to be multiplication and so we have division here. We have 16 divided by 4. So when we do 16 divided by 4, we know that's going to give us 4. And we're going to replace 16 divided by 4 in our expression with just 4. The final step is to do addition and or subtraction. We have 4 plus 16 there, only have addition. We know that's going to be 20. Our final answer is going to be 20.